Hey guys, Chad here with an inside look at the light assault class in Planetside2. Now, this is the setup for the Value Sovereignty. Now, as you can see, there's the primary weapon, and you have the secondary weapon, the pistol, and that's just a spawn beacon. If you haven't unlocked that, I highly recommend you do so under the leadership section of certifications. Highly recommended, very, very helpful in battle. So, here's the primary weapon. Now, if we look at the primary weapon here, I've got a simple little scope on it, one of the reflex ones. Let's have a look at the recoil pattern. So, recoil pattern, firing off the hip. This is what it looks like. No kind of recoil control at all. So, as you can see, as you would expect, standard recoil with a light amount of spread, but still reasonably okay from a reasonable angle. So, as you can see, it's all pretty okay there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another one, but except we're going to do it down the sight. So with no recoil control at all. Now can you see the difference there? See how much difference there is in the actual recoil. Very little side-to-side movement, but certainly the standard amount of recoil going upwards. So, reload time on this weapon particularly quick as well. So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to fire it down the sight with a little bit of recoil control by pulling the mouse down at the same time as firing fully auto. So, bear in mind this is like standard, you know, close range, medium range will probably be anything from 20 to 30 meters, long range anything from 50 plus. So, let's do a little bit of recoil control. So, here we go. As you can see, significantly better as the recoil there being controlled by the mouse by pulling it down in the downward direction. So what we've got here is the pistol. Now if we move with the pistol here, this is a standard pistol. It isn't automatic, it's standard, as you can see, semi-automatic. Reload time reasonably okay, not great, as we move to go and see what it's like when you're firing. So here we go, down the sight, and also a little bit of recoil control. So you can see, yeah, the recoil pattern's not too bad. Down the sight is definitely the better option. So that is essentially it for the weapons. Now what we'll do is we'll make a run around here, and we'll go and have a look at the upgrade paths and the various attachments that you can have on the weapons once you've got the certifications. So, making our way over here to the certifications. Okay, so, as you can see, now this is the current loadout that I've got for my pulsar compact weapon. And I've got a reflex sight, you've got the 3/4 scope, and you can have a suppressor on it as well, which can decrease your muzzle flash and the audio range, so you can be very ninja-like. So, let's do a resupply, and let's get out of the way of that. We don't want to block it. And look at the wall, and have a look at the certifications. Now, under the certifications for light assault, here's your standard universal certification. So you've got medical kit here. Grants access to medical kits that can be used to restore health, and then obviously you keep going up this tree and you get increased number of medical kits that you can carry. You've also got restoration kit, which can regenerate health over a portion of time, like a heal over time, really. As I'm being trolled by somebody in the background. You've also got hand grenades. So as you can see, hand grenade allowing you to throw it even further, greater distance, and also decrease the amount of time it takes to throw a grenade, so your cooldown times between pressing the button and actually throwing it. So you've also got a light assault here. Now you've got a flash grenade, releases powerful arcs of electricity to nearby enemies. You've also got smoke grenade, so that will be very helpful indeed, and C4. So you can unlock C4, pretty much unlock C4 for most classes. Now, here is the suit modifications that you can use. Now, what you've got is you've got adrenaline pump here, increases the user's speed while sprinting, and then it steadily increases it there. And you've got nanoweave armor, which essentially damaged and depleted shields recharge faster. You've then got the adrenaline pump, as you can see, reduces the amount of damage taken from explosions, and then further amounts. And you've got flak armor is more damage, essentially, so it enables you to take more damage than you would normally have. Now obviously the additional grenades there, more grenades. Now the thing is, this particular class, because it's got the jetpack, can get into rather nice inaccessible places. My colleague Malekith has used it as a way of getting spawn beacons to very inaccessible places where people can't actually get to them to destroy them. But also it could be used, I suppose, for a sort of forward operating location, so you can use it as a scouting kind of class. They don't really have the firepower in order to take it toe-to-toe with some of the other classes, especially in the NR and the the NC, I should say, and the Terran Republic. So here we go. So this is the suit modifications. You've seen that. Here's the jump jets. So rapidly recharging jump jets, so you can basically go further. Icarus jump jet, superior lift, so essentially you can essentially jump further, you jump farther, and you essentially this particular light assault drifter jump jets enable you to drop from otherwise lethal distances, etc, etc. So let's have a look at the carbine. Now these are all the options you can have for the ammo. So soft point increases damage at medium range at the expense of long range accuracy. Helpful if you're going to be doing a lot of indoor fighting. Velocity ammo increases damage at long range with slightly increased recoil. Now you could change your fire pattern to be single shot, but it gives you an advantage to long range. There's anti-armor ammo even. Increased armor penetration at the expense of slightly less damage against other target types. Now why you would want that for a particular gun, don't know, it might help. Anti-shield ammo, so there we go, that's good, it increases everybody's got shields, so that might be a good one to look at. Additional magazines, more ammo, and 2 additional magazines. So there's a suppressor, it helps keep you ninja-like and quiet in the background. A muzzle brake reduces vertical recoil but increases the sound made when firing a weapon. And you've got flash suppressor to hide the muzzle flash for enemies at the cost of decreased accuracy. Now here are some of the sights that you can go down for the optics. Now the reflex sight, that's one of the ones that I've got unlocked. You've already seen that on the Vanu Sovereignty main weapon I've just shown you. 3/4 scope, as you can see, standard thing. Now you've got the reflex scope that enables you to have a zoom, magnification zoom of 2, and you've got a 4x scope and a laser scope. Now you've also got 6x for sniping and the IR NV scope, which is particularly nice. I shall show you that at some point, and a standard 2x scope. Now what you've also got is laser dots. These all have various bonuses available to your weapon control. Now IFF scanner, these haven't been available yet in the beta, so it shows intel on targeting enemies, so you could target, for example, medics, certain key people when you are dealing with multiple outfits or possibly multiple platoons. Increased aimed accuracy while moving, underslung grenade launcher, shotgun and smoke grenade launcher. Now this is the pistol, as you can see, suppressor, laser dot, flashlight. That's about it when it comes to the particular setup here for the pistol. Now let's go and have a look at implants. So what we're going to do is have a look at all. Now bear in mind all these implants that are available, so like dexterity bonus, dexterity amplifiers, quick draw, basically you can swap all infantry weapons for faster than 24 hours, and those are various more. So you see the expense, the cost actually goes up over depending on how long. So swap all infantry weapons faster for 24 hours. Conditioning, no, it doesn't make your hair look shiny, but they can be fired faster after sprinting for 24 hours. You've also got flash specialist, so the acquisition timer reduces it. Sundra specialist reduces that as well. These are all things that you can add in here. Now let's have a look at infantry weapons. Now if what we'll do is we'll just say the light assault. Now this is the light assault weapons. So what you have here, you have the Nova. As you can see, it gives you information here on the right hand side. Damage, fire rate quite high, reload speed relatively slow, good accuracy. Now this is obviously a short range plasma shotgun. You also have the Pandora, which is a semi-automatic shotgun. As you can see, you've got a point of comparison. The fire rate is lower, but the all the other stats pretty much remain the same. You have the Phobos, which, as you can see there, you can preview it to see how sexy it looks. There we go, in all its purple and cyan colouring. Now, we move on to the Deimos. There you go, fully automatic shotgun. As you can see, fire rate, damage is not that high. This is the Pulsar, which is the compact rifle that we've got at the moment. You've got the Solstice, as you can see, reload speed slightly less, but the magazine size is increased. You've also then got, this is the Beamer. As you can see, accuracy reasonably good, magazine size. This is the Carbine, as you can see, 40. And essentially, all that happens is that you increasingly go through all of these options. So, you know, short range, semi-automatic weapons, fully automatic weapons. The options are limitless. Now, bear in mind, these are pretty much all the weapons that you can get for the Vanu Sovereignty light assault class. Now, that's about it for the Vanu Sovereignty. Let's move on to the next faction. Okay, well, here we are with the Terran Republic. This is their weapon of choice for the light assault. Now, you've also got a stand pistol, and that's about it for the light assault, as nothing is unlocked. So let's check out to see how the recoil pattern looks at pretty close range for their weapon firing off the hip. As you can see, huge amount of recoil on this particular weapon. Rapid fire, I would say slightly more than the Vanu. Your cyclic rate, that is the amount of bullets that you fire over the course of time, seems a bit higher. Now what we'll also what we'll also do is we'll do a little bit of a shot here to fire down the scope. You can see the difference in accuracy, but what we're going to do is with no recoil control at all. So okay, getting a little bit worried about that. So here we go, down the scope, no recoil control at all. Let's see what the recoil pattern looks like. So there's a full magazine, and you can see the recoil pattern pretty standard. As you hold your finger down on the fire button, moves all the way up in a steady pattern. So that would be your option when it comes to firing at people. Aim at the feet and shoot upwards. Now let's have a look at it with a little bit of recoil control, see if we can do anything different. As you can see, the pattern now of bullets that you're sending with a little bit of recoil control, being pulling down on the button, or the mouse I should say, to reduce the amount of recoil. That is definitely the way to do it, boys and girls. Now, the pistol, as you can see, 3-shot pistol, very fast reload speed, which reminds me, reload speed on our standard weapon here. Let's just do a quick reload speed, reasonably slowish, I suppose. However, the size of the magazine appears to be reasonably larger. So let's look at the pistol. So here's the pistol. Now, standard off the hip firing. Let's see what result we get with multiple triple shots with no recoil control. There we go. You can see quite significant amounts of recoil. So let's do a down the sight option. Significantly less recoil, but still needs to be controlled to a certain degree. So we'll do another one down the side, but with a little bit of recoil control. As you can see, you can still put a reasonable amount of bullets in a certain area, so it gives you a reasonable amount of firepower. Now, one thing to bear in mind, I just forgot to cover this in the Vanu Sovereignty, is the jetpack. Now, you've obviously got a fixed amount of power. Now, this is not like Tribes. When you move around, when you're in the air, if you're not using the jetpack, you have no air control whatsoever. Your maneuverability in the air is controlled entirely by the jetpack. There are no retros or anything like that at the moment, until such times as you get unlocks. We'll have to check that out as time goes on. but obviously I will cover that as certain unlocks become available. I will do a quick unlock focus to let you know what's what. So, there you have it for the light assault class, for them lovely bullet catchers of the Terran Republic. Up next, the new conglomerates. And so guys, this is the light assault class for the Terran, for the new conglomerate. So as you can see in all that blue and yellow glory. So primary weapon, as you can see, secondary weapon, and that's essentially it. And obviously we got jetpack on the back, so we can go jetty and stuff like that. Exciting stuff. So let's check out the primary weapon as we're in a little bit of a battlefield area. Now, firing off the hip, let's see what kind of recoil pattern we're getting from close range. So, as you can see, or not, a reasonable spread of bullets by the, let's go outside and do this, by the main weapon of the new conglomerate. So, let's see, let's hope we don't get shot while we're outside doing this. So, firing down the sight, and oh, that's a good guy. Let's see what kind of recoil we get without any kind of recoil control. So there we go, all disappearing slowly, but as you can see, there was a significant amount of recoil there as we had no control on it. Beacon, hello. So, close range. Let's move in to see how things are going with a little bit of recoil control. As you can see, kept them all in a pretty much in that square area. Recoil control is the way forward. Checking the pistol. Single shot bullet based pistol. So you can't... Fast reload time though, I'll give them that. So you can basically just go pop, 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 pop. That's with recoil control. With no recoil control, and not even firing down the sight, you can see it progresses up in a line in the standard fare. So I think the recoil patterns for all of the light assault are pretty much standard across the classes. The only thing that varies is the amount of recoil, the amount of bullets, and the speed of the reload. Obviously there are differences with respect to the damage pattern. So let's check to see what's going on as we look into our options for the custom loadout. Now let's have a look. Here's your light assault fella. So as you can see, there's the weapon available to him, and if we look at certifications for light assault, as you can see, they're all pretty much the same here. As you can see soft point ammo, all the weapons are pretty much bog standard. The only thing that varies is infantry weapons. So you don't want vehicle weapons. God, it's getting really noisy out there. You want to keep it down? I'm trying to record here, thank you very much. So there we go. So you've got combinations of, oh, look at that, a Kniff. Very helpful indeed. So you've essentially got combinations of fully auto shotguns, you have semi-autos, carbines, pretty much exactly the same as you would expect for this particular class, according to each of the requirements, and also obviously what weapons are then available to each of the factions. So that is a look at the light assault class in Planetside2 in the second episode of Inside Look. We shall be bringing you more as we check out the classes and maybe do a little bit of gameplay in the classes. What I also want to do is I will show you what the IR scope looks like, because at the moment it's being mentioned on the forums as being a bit of a cheat, reminds you of ESP from the likes of Counter-Strike, things of that nature, but it looks fantastic, it looks absolutely stonking, and is a great gameplay addition. Enables you to see cloakers because they can't hide their heat, well, at least with the current cloaking device. I guess we'll have to find out. So be right back. Hey guys, quick addendum here. as people are making loads of noise in the background. Part of your custom loadout, these are all the options you can have. So you can have a force blade, your ability to use jump jets. Obviously all these kind of things are unlockable. As you have personal shield units, you'll be able to upgrade all this kind of stuff. Let's resupply that. Now, what I will do is do a quick shop here. Now, let's see if we can find anything to do with a reload or a boost or anything. Let's see, that's air combat specialist boosts. No. So, at this current moment, we do not have any options for implant resources, things of that nature that you saw earlier on in that particular loadout. So that's standard as it is, and obviously the appearance, you'll be able to change everything related to your appearance with various skins. So let's just see if we can find out what's going on with that. See, vehicle customizations at the moment, that's the only thing that's available. So I definitely want a Giraffe Galaxy. So there you go, that's a quick addendum, couple of points there just missed off originally, and we'll be seeing you. Take care, guys. Hey guys, Chad here. Now I wanted to show you the IR scope. This is the heavy assault, the heavy weapons guy that is primarily my weapon of choice and my class of choice in the Van Sovereignty when I play with the 77 VEF, etc. So this is the weapon. Now, advantages. It looks fantastic. Look at that, doesn't it look wonderful? Very, very stylized look. The only drawback is it restricts your peripheral vision to a small section. So you can only see down that small section, so you cannot see, as you can see, if I move that now, you can see that little tank over there. See, major truck. So he's in the corner of my eye. If I move it there, I cannot see him. So that is the disadvantage for the scope. However, it lights up people quite well and makes things significantly easier to find people. You can also find people like cloakers, stuff like that. So let's have a look at these find people. There we go. See, he's got a laser sight on. And we've got a team killer in there. Always fun. So you can see, essentially, you can identify who they are. And then you've got the indicator in the middle for genuinely firing at people. So that is the IR scope. Currently, I wouldn't say source of controversy, but some people are complaining it makes the game massively unbalanced because you can essentially see anything relating to that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that concludes Inside Look for today. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.